this game teach me how to be a better person. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Becoming a better person. I mean, the game teach me this, right? If the game going to teach me this, and we are going to be playing as a person that is going to be a better person, I think it's good game, in my opinion. I don't know, unless my microphone is pretty bad, which I suppose it is pretty bad, but it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Anyway, so where was I? Let's see flowchart. 34% completions. So basically, I will try to remember what happened so far. So we know, like around 8 years ago, famine happened, and at the same time, during this time, what is it? During this time, when famine happened, Mansui grandmother actually not get killed, sick and die. Then they are trying to actually, her father, because there are a lot of famine, trying to find another job, become a performer, which is the lowest class in that particular age. And at that particular epoch is the lowest class of the lowest, but he still do it just to make sure their family survive. And then we also figure it out that the reasons why those 4 children are getting trafficked is not because a noble reasons. It's not because they are sold to be servants or they are sold to be adopted by another family, but they are sold to be used as a lamb dish. A lamb dish is a term to revert that lamb means human, dish means dish, literally just that, okay? So basically, the person that wanted this kid to be delivered is very vile. And unfortunately for our MC, his partner, Tang, the name Tang, his partner Tang, is okay with that. But he himself is actually in a turmoil whether he's okay with that or not. But at the same time, his partner actually says something very valid, like, oh, don't try to be noble. You yourself has killed so many people that it doesn't matter what you kill. Even if you kill another man, even if you say you don't want to kill women and kids, if you kill one man that actually the providers of this family that consists of women and kids, you are basically indirectly killing all of them. So let's get started. I think we are here now. So we are actually confronting Tang. I'm going to drink first. Now I'm going to actually reason with Tang. Maybe we can actually change the future. Because the future is not set in stone. Nah, not really. In any game, the future is set in stone. Because it's already created. And whatever the future is already determined. He swiftly grabbed a chunk of fish and gobbled it down.
うめえみんなも早く吸って食え遠慮するな
Tang swallowed a bite of fish and motions for the lambs to take a seat. I led by example and sat down while Little Mute following suit. Little Mute is Mansui. The rest of the lambs nervously took their seat but hesitated to pick up their chopsticks. Dig in, everyone. Basket of buns with pickled vegetable and pork. Each of you gets one. Damn, I would like to eat some buns. Vegetable buns and pork bun. I like both of them, but I prefer pork bun. I told the lamb casually, then grabbed a pork bun with my hand. Do they have like beef bun? I don't know. I think it's quite rare. They probably have chicken bun. Beef bun? Maybe but most of the time it's steam bun, pork steam bun, especially in China. Not in China, I mean, when I was kids, my mom is Chinese, and we often eat pork bun. Took a bite, the skin cracked, juice burst out, rich in taste. Oh, now I would like to eat. Delicious. It tastes amazing. It's way better than dry rations. Obviously, a steam bun obviously is much better than dry rations. A steam bun alone. Oh, now I really would like to eat steam bun. Oh my goodness, I hope, like, unfortunately in my place there are not many good steam bun places. I need to make my own steam bun. Maybe I would make steam bun tomorrow. Oh, that would be awesome. Anyway, watching me eat with relish, Chu couldn't hold back any longer, mimicking my actions by reaching for a bun from the plate. Soon after, Hong Mansui and Kyonghua. I think they should actually call differently in Chinese, right? I don't think my pronunciation is actually correct. Kyonghua. The lamb eagerly nibbled on the bun one after another. They seemed starved, perhaps having gone without buns for quite some times. I paid close attention to Chu and Ong, the sister who had requested the bun. Initially, they devoured the buns as if afraid they'd disappear. I mean, makes sense. The way they eat is not because they are rude, but because they don't have much food in daily basis. So when they have something like this served to them, obviously they devour the buns as if they disappear. Even though in some culture this is considered rude. Because most of the time we are living in the situations where there is no scarcity anymore. We are living in abundance. It's very weird that our world is basically, we live in the best and worst scenarios at the same time, a worst epoch at the same time. What I mean by the best epoch is basically, and on average, people has the best life. Probably the average person's, the quality of life of the average persons today compared to the old days is very much better. But at the same time, today is also the wealth gap between the rich and the poor is so huge. So that's the reasons why I call it the worst and the best time. Worst and the best at the same time. It's weird. Maybe not really the worst time. I don't know. I never lived in the past, and I only have now and some history and some story to compare. But if I compare this, like what currently live, to the story that is being told in this visual novel, I feel so blessed. But halfway through, they slow down and savor each bite. With only one bun each, they likely worried about running out too soon and forgetting the taste.
スイ、こっちも食べてみる？
After finishing most of her own, Hong-il passed it to his sister. It's funny, right? I mean, maybe the sister, like the older sister, really care about the younger sister. Maybe the younger sister also care about her older sister, but it's just different. She doesn't show it like the way her older sister care to her younger sister.
じゃあお姉ちゃんも肉まん食べて。美味しいよ。
See, it's the same, similar.
大丈夫。あんたが食べろ。
See? They are protecting each other.
お姉ちゃん食べてみて。
Chu also offered her meat bun to Hong-er, who still seemed unsure. Stop fussing, take another. I intervened when I saw them bickering back and forth, putting an end to their decision.
りょう様、一人一個じゃ。
There are 8 buns in total. Tong and I were supposed to eat 2, but I don't like them. You two can have mine. We are being very kind. I don't know. The reasons why we are very kind, maybe because we know something bad is going to happen to them and we don't feel good about it, so we're getting kinder to them. But I hope not. I hope something really happened and we don't sell them to the actual people that want to make them a lamb dish. I said lightly, then picked up a pork bun and handed it to the two of them.
りょう様ありがとうりょう様ありがとう
The two sisters took my bun and started dividing it.
りょう、姉妹だけにひいきは良くないな。2匹の子羊が見てるぞ。ほら、皇様からのお恵みだ。お前らにも分けてやる。
Tang also grabbed a pickled vegetable bun, split in half, and handed one piece to Mansui and the other to Suanghua. Mansui took the bun, smiled at Tang intently.
皇様ありがとうございます
Xinhua, a bit nervous, accepted the half bun and quietly expressed gratitude to Tang.
それから、この魚は、りょう様が特別に買ってきたものだ。早く食え。
Tang picked up his chopstick, serving Hyunghua a piece of fish. Hyunghua nodded nervously, avoided eye contact, and began eating her shares of the pickled vegetable bun and fish. After a while, as she took first bite of fish, tears welled up in her eyes. She tried hard not to cry, but 2 lines of tears escaped and trailed down on her cheek. Quickly wiping her face to hide her tears, she resumed eating, bowing her head. Tang and I pretended not to notice her tears. We didn't ask why she was crying, but we understood. It was likely the first time she had enjoyed such a good meal since being taken, and the fish likely brought back memories of her old life.
もっと。
Now I would like to eat
全く
steamed bun with steamed fish. Ah,
うめえぞ。
especially and I want to eat with mabo tofu. It's difficult to find Chinese food here in Europe. Tang kept his eyes on the lamb, especially when I live in a village, smiling softly as they ate. Perhaps to the lambs, he was all gentle now, like some nice fella, quite different from before, but I knew. He just wanted to give the lambs good last meal before they met their doom, so they wouldn't come back to haunt him. It's just his last bit of high prophecy. Those crows thought to kill my appetite, so I put down my bowl and chopstick early. As I went to leave, Tang stopped me.
あ、りょう、もうおしまいか？
Yeah, I'm not feeling very hungry. I'm going upstairs to rest for a bit.
そうか、わかった。泊まるのは2階の東北の角にある2部屋だ。どちらか選んで休むがいい。
Tang nodded and gazed her upstairs, but as I moved to step away, he called out to me once more.
りょう、待て。
Why?
まだ時間が早い。あまり早く寝るなよ。昨夜の話は終わってない。後で酒でも飲みながら続きを話そう。
As the sun dipped below the western horizon, dust settled over the land. In the distance, the evening drum echoed outside the inn. With the first watching signal curfew, the inn began to close up. Sanzo was a bustling city, strict with its curfew unlike rural village. At night, venturing outside meant risking punishment by the night guards. After dinner, the waiter tidied our table and locked up for the night. In my room, thoughts swirled in my mind. First, about the lambs. The image of the sister Hong-er and Chu-er sharing their bun, each insisting of the others should have it. And Seong-ha looking like she was about to cry while eating the fish. Stay with me. Then there is Mansu. These days, learning shadow play with her, chatting in the bathroom, grocery shopping together, memories flooded in my mind. Reflecting on those moments, a certain realization solidified within me. I wouldn't say I'm head over heel for this land, but I just can't bear to see the lambs birth to such gruesome end. Besides mulling over the lambs, I also dwelt on Tang. 5 years back, while fleeing famine, I encountered him on the road. Was ambushed by 3 men not far from the main road. Tang was among them. They aimed to rob me of provisions and my father's horse. I resisted fiercely. That battle was perhaps the closest I've come to the dead doors. I dodged the first swings and struck back, taking down the first man. Then the second man ambushed me, aiming his dagger at my side. I sidestepped, taking the hit with my thigh instead of my abdomen. With a growl, I fought through the pain and yanked the dagger from my legs, and I returned it to him with a forceful thrust into his belly. I beat 2 bandits, but got badly hurt in the process. Blood gushed from my wound, making me dizzy, and I collapsed. I recall Tang coming over, just as I was about to fight him off with my last bit of strength. He tossed his weapon and told me to lie down, saying he'd patch me up. I was puzzled by his action. He smiled and said he had a change of heart, wanting to rescue me. Fed up with his old crew, he saw potential in me and invited me to join him instead. So he's not really loyal. We need to actually write it down somewhere to remember that Tang is not loyal. Let me write it down. He's very opportunistic. Tang, together we navigate the chaos of the world and make a living. That's when it hit me. Partners didn't matter to him one bit. He was cold to the core, didn't give a damn about his old crew. He just wanted more money and cushier life. Who his partner his partner didn't concern him in the least. After that, he patched me up, and we became bandits, hitting likely guard merchant caravan in the mountains, and sometimes robbing travelers on the road. He had great connections, always scoring good information on caravan size and routes. My role, the muscle. We hit unguarded caravans or ones with just few guards. Take one out quick, and we can rob them. Split the loot down in the middle, adjusting for extra effort. 5 years in, still not a friend. So Tang is not a friend. I need to remember. This is how MC felt actually. So Tang is not a friend. Tang is not loyal. Probably because we both ice cold, both wolf hunts, eat and survive together. But they never become friends. I don't know. I think the wolves also show affectionate toward each other. Maybe not the guys, the wolf, maybe even the guys as well. I don't know how the wolf hierarchy. Maybe I should read the books about the wolf for this to actually know what wolf actually doing. Like, I don't think wolf is an actual, like a very lone creature. I would believe it is tiger, they're probably lone creature, but wolf, they're always in packs. They probably have an affection toward each other member. After about an instant's tick worth of time, Tang led the lamp upstairs. It's interesting, right? In this kind of epoch, the way you actually measure time is using incense. Then again, this is a late Ming traditional China, so that's probably acceptable. Because the way they actually see is basically when the incense actually burn out and then they see the time. I didn't catch sight of them, just heard some noise outside. They were taken to the room next door by Tang. Had a brief chat, then Tang come back to my room.
ああ、りょう、まだ寝てないのか。ずっと部屋にいるから、もう寝たのかと思ってた。
Wait, that's very weird. So, we are still up, but he thought we are going to be out cold? Why? Of course, I'm not tired. All the lamb finished eating.
ああ、体は小さいのによく食うやつらだ。特にあの口なしは声も出さずに料理をすっかり平らげちまった。宿屋の川屋で用足しをさせてあいつらを連れて戻ってきた。
You locked the room next door now?
鍵はかけてない。でも、逃げ出す心配はない。部屋にいろと言い聞かせて、縄で縛ってあるからな。それに、この宿屋には門が一つしかない。夜はずっと鍵がかかっている。縄をほどいても逃げられないさ。明日早起きすればいい。心配なら、後であいつらの部屋に鍵をかけよう。
Yeah, better safe than sorry. Let's put a lock on their room soon. Tang and I chat half-heartedly about locking the door for a while. Then silence fell between us.
りょう、昨日の晩のことを考えてみたか？
After a bit, Tang broke the silence. He perched on the bed, his tone icy as he asked me.
この仕事を続ける気はあるか？はっきりしてくれ。何か言えよ。バカみたいに黙りこくって、ちゃんと話すと言ったじゃねえか。
He won my answer. I don't know, but I'm likely out. If I didn't know those lambs, their fate wouldn't be my concern. But after all this time, I cannot send them to die like that. Tang, you knew my principle from the start. This job is not why we signed it for. I'm done. I fixed him a serious look, making my resolve clear.
昨日言ったはずだ。インさんの野郎が俺たちを騙したんだって。最初に子羊たちが祭人にされると言わなかった。俺が力から聞いてなかったら最後まで隠し通していただろう。畜生。でももう引き受けちまったし、先週場まで連れてきた。後戻りはできないぞ。やめるにしてもどうやってやめる？お前が明日ばっくれて俺が一人で子羊を楽用に届けるか？それともお上に引き渡すか？
Let them go. Take them to the government.
狂ってんのか？俺たちはお尋ね者なのにお上に顔を出すだと？こいつは金の問題じゃない。俺たちが辞めたら命に関わる問題になる。今回俺たちの雇い主は田舎の地主なんかじゃない。落葉城で一番の権力者なんだ。そいつの品物に勝手なことしたらどんな殺され方をするか。
He yelled at me, slamming his fist down on the nearby bed.
今この状況であいつらを逃がしても生きてはいけないぞ。あちこちで飢え死にするやつ、強盗や殺人ばかり。兵士も平民に手をかける。帰る家のない子羊が生きていけるわけない。
I mean, despite that, I don't think it's actually good to do the bad deed. I know they are doomed from the start, but being eaten like that? I mean, obviously, you can actually, it's a criminal. You cannot just justify your action like that.
どうせ死ぬやつなら俺たちが金に変えて何が悪い？この乱世に生きるあいつらを俺たちが楽にしてやって何が悪い？
You know, as Tyrion said in Game of Thrones, death is final, but life is full of possibility. So this is not a justified. He frowned deeply, eyes glaring like a wolf's locked into me. I can't take that file. I cannot bear them dying that way.
りょう、本当にやめるのか？
Yes, I am.
じゃあ、俺が続けたら、子羊たちのために俺を殺すのか？
Oh. So Tang actually think we are going to kill him because of those lambs.
てめえ！知り合って間もないガキどものために俺とやろうってのか？
He raised his head, jabbing a finger at my nose, his voice sharp. His face twisted, chin jerking, eyes still fierce like a wolf's. I couldn't read his mind, but I got his message loud and clear. He was warning me, ready to play for keeps. I didn't say a word, just gave him the look. I wasn't backing down. If you're ready to fight, I'm ready to fight back. He kept his gaze fixed on me. We were like two wolves about to clash. Eyes lock in a deadly stare down. My muscle tightened, scanning the room layout while debating whether to throw my blade. His jaw quivered, tears welling in his eyes. Yet his glare grew fiercer. Seems like it's going to be a fight to death. I was pretty sure I could handle him, if it came down to it. He's the one likely to bite the dust. But we had been partnered for 5 years. I didn't want to harm him, let alone take him down. But he was out for blood and wanted to take me down. I wouldn't hold back either. For those lambs? Was it worth it? It is worth it. I was hesitating, surprised I'd actually break ties with him over them. No, it's not just about them. It's about me too. I have my principles. He hid details before we started going against them. I've got to stick to my principle. I cannot just let it slide.
まあいい。
In the tense standoff, Tang Fir's gaze suddenly dissipated. He sighed, shrugged, and his tense muscle relaxed. What happened?
亮よ。こんな話はしたくなかったんだが、お前の気が変わらないなら、殺し合いを避けるためにも仕方ない。
That's a very quick change of heart. I eyed Tang cautiously.
一つ提案がある。お前のやり方に背かず、この任務も完了できる。
Okay.
だが、面倒だし、危険でもある。
I kept my eyes on him as he settled onto the bed.
明日、泉州で人飼いを探して、4匹の子羊を売っちまうんだ。4匹の子羊を市場の相場で売ったら、あいつらが生きていける場所に売ることができる。そしたら、売った金の1割はお前、9割は俺がもらう。それから俺は落葉城で顔なじみのダチにあって9割の金で新しい子羊を4匹買う。
This doesn't make sense. Wait, if this is the thing, if we can just buy some lambs in Luoyang, our employee also buy some lambs in Luoyang, correct? But unfortunately, for him, he probably couldn't buy the lambs in Luoyang because it's probably too close to where he lived. So if if someone's missing and if they actually figure out those lambs actually coming from the same city, people will eventually know that it was him doing something bad because this is local kids, not just kids from somewhere else. So I don't think this is actually a good idea. And also, it's very strange that Tang was very insisting about it. And we need to take into considerations that previously our MC mentioned that Tang is not loyal and Tang is not a friend as well. So this, I don't think this plan will work, but let's see what happened afterwards. Okay, let's see.
大物が欲しいのは子羊なんだから、別に今の4匹でなくても新しいのを4匹届ければいい。どうだ？
He detailed his proposal to me. I gotta admit, it was feasible. No, it's not feasible. You need to understand that the reasons why those big shot doesn't actually find a lamb nearby is because he doesn't want to get found out. Like if it's some random kids from outside, he get less risk. I didn't want to send these 4 lambs because I already got attached. And if they ended up dead in Luoyang, it would have been on me. But selling them in Sanzhou and he getting fresh one in Luoyang, it might work. The swine demon wasn't specific about the sheep. Might even taken the Buddhas back then. So what was the harm in swapping them out a bit? It's ironic in a way. Accepting his proposal felt a bit strange. I refused to let those lambs suffer to preserve my principle. Instead, there would be 4 other lambs in Luoyang that is unknown to me, both by him meeting their ends with the swine demon. Call it my own wistful hypocrisy, but I was willing to do it. Alright, I'll take your offer. Let's do it that way. It doesn't make sense. I don't know, I don't think this will actually work out easily like that. I don't know, that would be too easy for our work, and it doesn't seem to be redeemed. And we are still the bad guy. The lamb is still getting, the other lamb, the replacement of our lamb, still getting killed. And then we're still going to be bandits. So I don't think this is actually a good idea. Just for the perspective alone, because this novel is probably about redemption or some shit. Can I actually see what happened if I go back to the title? No, let's just go on. The change of plans is on me. After we sell the ships tomorrow, I won't take a dime, and I won't be involved anymore. Once you reach Luoyang, use all the money to get new lamps and close the deal. So, Liang doesn't even care about the money anymore.
子羊を渡して金を稼げたら、お前にちょっと分けよう。
Sure things. When we meet up in Luoyang, just toss me a share. As we talk, the tension between me and Tang eased, and our expression softened.
よし、ならそれで決まりだ。方法を思いついたから、これで手打ちだ。りょう、さっきは凄まじい気迫だったな。まったく驚かされたぜ。待ってろ、酒を持ってくる。二人で飲みながら心を落ち着けよう。
I don't trust him though. His face is like a fox, a sly fox that you can't really trust. Tang and I finally came to an agreement. He's going to get us some drinks. I exhaled deeply, my tense muscle finally relaxing. Sitting on the bed, I reflected on his deadly stare just moments ago and my unwavering stance. It's hard to believe I went this far for these ships, but it happened. 2 wolves, nearly at each other's throats over disagreement. The issue was sorted out in an orderly manner. We come to an understanding. 4 unknown lambs would be sacrificed in return for 4 known ones. It involved greater risk, but he would get a larger share of the money as a compensation, while I would maintain my principle. It's a good outcome, I suppose. No, it's not. It's not a good outcome. It's still evil. You are still doing the deed of selling those kids to a people, to persons that possibly is going to make them landish. Maybe even a favorable one. Why is it? Just as I began to relax and let my mind wander, I heard the noise from the wall of the inn. In the next room, someone was knocking on the wall, the sounds of knocks echoing over here. It was the lamps, tapping away the knocks growing more urgent. What's happening? I stepped out the room and walked to the door of the next room, pulling it open. Inside, 4 lamps were tied up, each pair on separate beds, and their waists were bound with ropes secured to wooden posts in the rooms. What's up? Who was banging the wall
りょう様
earlier?
水姉さんが用事がありまして。
Xinhua gestures to a Sui standing nearby. What's up?
りょう様、話したいことがあります。
Okay. Mansui looked at me with a serious expression, seemingly a bit nervous. Go ahead.
ここでは言いにくい。場所を変えましょう。
I freed Mansui from the ropes, then took her downstairs for a walk around. Eventually, I decided to talk to her to the bathhouse downstairs. I quickly instructed the other lambs, if Tang show up with drinks looking for me, to tell him we are at the outhouse with back soon. The inn was just like the last one. Even the bathhouse has a familiar layout. To avoid running into Tang on the way, I quickened my pace with Mansu. We arrived at the bathhouse, where she closed the wooden door behind her and began speaking with me. Tell me what you sneak me over here. What's
リョウ
up?
様、大変よ。
Yes, what is it?
コウ様がリョウ様を殺すつもりです。
What the Master Singh's plan to kill me. I was taken aback. I never expected her to bring this up with me. So, I mean, Tang trying to kill us? There is a possibility, actually. But what makes you say that?
さっき経過から聞きました。コウ様は私たちが買い物に出かけてる間、みんなを閉じ込めて1時間して戻ってきたって。
And why is that suspicious?
間違いなくおかしい。用心深いコウ様ならみんなが逃げないようにずっと見張ってるはず。でもさっきはそうしなかった。
Yeah, she's actually... Yeah, but then again, Tang actually mentioned that there is only one door to go outside.
1時間なんて明らかに用足しとか何か取りに行く時間じゃないです。きっと宿屋を出てどこかで誰かと何か話をしに行った。
But at the same time, it's probably possible what Mansud said is actually correct. What's the big deal? Maybe he just went to see a friend and he got plenty in Sanzo. Oh, that's bad. He got plenty in Sanzo, so he has a lot of backup.
そんな単純なこととは思えません。友達に会うならどうして前みたいにリョウ様に言わなかったの？
I mean, yeah, makes sense because last time when he was about to meet Ligi, he actually told us.
さっきコウ様とリョウ様は隣で言い争ってたじゃないですか。
Yes.
よく聞こえなかったけど、コウ様が最後に扉を開けてお酒を取ってくると言ってました。リョウ様、そのお酒を飲んじゃダメ。きっと毒が入ってるから、コウ様のことをむやみに信じないで。きっと。
Oh shit. Before she could finish her word, the bathroom door was kicked open.
何の話かな？
Oh my god. The newcomers barged into the bathhouse, his eyes flashing with anger as he looked at Mansui. Tang. I stared at Tang in disbelief, never expecting him to barge in like that. Mansui was also taken back by Tang's sudden intrusion. She widened her eyes, looking terrified but didn't speak.
やれやれ。思ってもみなかったぜ。この口なしが話せるとは。しかも俺の悪口を。こいつは怪しいと思ってたんだ。一度夢の中でこいつの声がかすかに聞こえた。夜にお前とそいつがいなくなることが何度もあった。りょう、このガキとはいつから密談してた。こいつがお前を騙したのか、それとも最初から組んでたのか。
Tang's face twisted, body shaking either from surprise or
リョ
fury.
ウ様を騙してるのは私じゃなくてコウ様よ。コウ様はずっとリョウ様を騙してた。リョウ様が食べ終わって2階に上がったら、コウ様が荷物を漁って取り出したのは睡眠薬ですよ。
Mansui pointed at Tang with a look of
てめ
horror.
え、何ほざいてやがる。ぶっ殺すぞ。
Tang, furious, lunged at Mansui. He grabbed her swiftly before she could dodge. Mansui, off balance, stumbled to the ground as he grabbed her. Oh. He punched, pinning her beneath him.
逃がすか。このまま息の根を止めてやる。
Do I even need the choice here? I think I would just help the kids. Come on, we know Tang is not loyal and Tang is not a friend, and even though we've been with him together, but yeah. Nah, this is not about principle anymore. I would not let, like, I don't want to hurt a kid. Tang straddled Mansui, pain bulging, hands gripping around her neck like a hungry wolf punching on the land. His arm tense, fingertips digging into her throat as if it aimed to choke the life out of her. See, he's trying to kill her.
リョウ様、
Mansui sobbed, tears blurring her vision, pleading for my help. It was chaos, total chaos. My mind was in a mess. In that moment, I couldn't tell what was real and what was fake. Was Mansui lying? Was he not playing to harm me? No secret meeting, no drugs drinking, possible. That last was good at deceiving. The mute asked the age it could all be fake. But why warn me now? Her expressions and eyes didn't seem like she was lying this time. Was Tang lying? It always been selfish, only interest in his gain, but he accepted my proposal this time. It was strange, not like him to risk more just to stick to principles. Yet, his plan made sense. Though higher risk, it was a win-win for us. Would he really betray me after proposing such a plan? The look he gave me just then didn't seem like deceit. 1,000 thoughts swirl in my head, and then I recall Mansui's word from earlier. You can make your own choice. Well, I can make my own choice now. And who should I trust? I'm just helping a kid, it's easy, right? Who cares? I will just trust a kid, I don't know. Maybe this is actually... I will trust a kid. Cooking meat, what? Mansui pinned down by Tang, neck gripped tight. She fought, tears willing, looking up at me. You can make your own choice. Her word echoed in my mind at that moment. Her word revived a phantom in my mind. The figure of the phantom resembles me. He stood with his back to me, wearing bamboo hat, straw coat, and long sword. A gust of wind stirred his tire, yet he remained steadfast. The next moment he turned, his gaze sharp but noble. Not a wolf, but a hero's gaze. Yeah, I can be a hero. I gritted my teeth, burst up charging at Tang. A loud impact reverberated. I knocked Tang off Mansui. He hit the ground but swiftly rose again. Tang rose, eyes filled with rage and murder. He probably didn't expect I'd knock him off for some lying brat. He roared, brandishing his dagger from his waist. With a gleaming blade in his hand, he sprinted at me. I scoffed, staying vigilant, bending slightly, steadying myself, eyes fixed on the approaching dagger. Focused, I dodged Tang's first strike. No second strike, I grabbed his hail bow. Swift spin, I was behind him. We are stronger than him. My right hand seized his dagger hand, and my left arm locked around his neck. I used half of my strength to restrain him and half to push his own dagger toward his neck. He eyes the blade creeping toward his neck. My grip against his against the blade, a struggle. He resisted, slightly weaker. I pushed, slightly stronger. The tiny strength gap made the blade inch closer. I edged the dagger closer, inch by inch, towards his neck. He looked, wide eyes at me. I held his gaze. Sweat dripped from his brow, muscles straining as he fought to break free from my hold. Like a python, I tightened my grip, preventing his escape. Oosh! Ooh! Lunge. Finally, I guided his hand, driving his own dagger into his neck. I can't see! The blade pierced skins, then throws. Blood flowed down to the blade. His eyes widened, flicking behind the blade and me. Anger and disbelief flashed in his anger, his gaze questioning my resolve. But beneath, a plea of mercy, a fear of death, subtly blazed from his eyes. Years of blood experience taught me not to spare any enemy who once fought me. Plus, I knew him too well. If I let him live now, he might not hesitate to kill me later. Oh shit, we killed Tang. These thoughts drove me to push the blade deeper into his neck. I clenched my teeth, a grand muffle in my nose, pushing with all my might, driving the dagger until half its blade disappeared into his neck. His muscle tensed, trembling, and he turned to glare. His eyes flooded with anger, defiance, sorrow, fears, and plea. Tears flowed, his whole body strained for air. I held her firm, one hand tight, the other letting blood flow. I twisted the dagger in his hand, like turning a key halfway, increasing the bolt. Our gaze stays locked together throughout. Mine held something much purer. Only icy intent to kill filled my gaze. The word becomes slightly better now. Oh my god, Roy! You come at the right place. I just killed someone. I don't have any other choice. Think about it, right? It's either I let the kid die or I kill my partner that is actually shady. I mean, come on, it's not even a choice, right? At this point, it's about helping kids. It's about getting good. Blood dripped to the ground, blooming into crimson flower. He fought in my hold, weakening, face draining of color. Blood ebbed, leg falter, then with final breath, after a single struggle, he went limp. Releasing his arms, he collapsed like a marionette with cut string, hitting the ground with a thud. Wait, I wonder though. I know we are actually saving Tang, right? We save Tang, but what happened if we actually ignore and trust Tang? I would like to know. Do you agree? I would like to know. Let's go. We want to load this data. Okay, we know we are survived, but let's say we trust Tang, right? What happened if we trust Tang? What if there is a 2 storyline after this? So we can have, okay, I will try to see trust Tang. Yeah, even if the choice between him or a complete stranger, this is the right choice in my mind. Yes, that's the right choice, but I want to know what happened if we trust Tang, okay? She kicked her leg frantically, trying to break free from Tang's, but of course a feeble attempt couldn't loosen Tang's hold at all. Her face flustered blood, trails swirling up in her eyes. I saw her gaze ended up falling on me. In her eyes, I saw fear, defiance, anger, but mostly free for help. She was hoping that I could save her. But I didn't save her. I stood by the side, watched everything go down as if it was none of my business. I didn't believe in Mansui. Oh my god, this is so sad. I trust my partner Tang, whom I've been with for 5 years more than her. Mansui kick became weaker and weaker. Her eyes gradually filled with despair as she looked into mine, then the light in them dimmed like a candle flickering out. And finally, she went completely still. Tang got up from her body, gasping for air. She was collapsed on the ground with her eyes closed, visible handprints on her neck. Did you choke her to death? Nope. So he's not dead, but he's fainted. He placed his hand under her nose below, lowering himself to listen to her heat. I was going to... Okay, I just want to know, Roy. I just want to know.
口が聞けないふりをして俺たちを
仲間割れさせようとした。Mansui doesn't die though.
りょう、一体どういうことだ。
He turned his gaze toward me as he wanted to hear explanations. Yes, I knew. The night we left Hanzoi, when I took this breath release, he tried to stab me with a dagger. That was when I learned she wasn't immune.
なぜその時教えてくれなかった。
You have a temper. Was afraid you might kill her on the spot and mess up our plan.
お前は何を見てたんだ。ただ。これからはこいつをよく見てないとダメだ。それからボコボコにしてやる。後がつかないようにな。どうせ大蛇にもバレないさ。
What the fuck? We also got to give her a few beating that won't leave marks on her. Python won't be able to tear her anyway. So Tang was lying to us. Fuck this. I'm not gonna... Tang was lying to us. Tang is actually lying to us. Tang is actually lying. Yeah, Tang was actually lying. Maybe Mansui is actually telling the truth. Should I want to know what happened or... Yeah, let's continue. No, I'm not gonna continue. I will save this one. Okay, I will save this one. But I'm not going to continue. I will continue this one because I feel like Tang's lies. Never mind, we go back to Mansui. Later, if we have time, we go to Tang's route, okay? For now, I'm going back to Mansui because it seemed like Tang was lying as well. he better end up dead. I don't like to actually hurt her. I stayed silent, gazing down at him amidst the blood. On his back, eyes unblinking, skin drained of color. Kneeling, I check his nostril. Okay, we are back where we are actually saving Mansui. Dad.
りょう様、死んだのですか？
Yes. I kill him for you, okay, Mansui? I kill him for you. Because I know on the other route, she was lying to me. Because he said he is going to actually sell the lambs, but he said he's want to actually give the lambs to Python. So basically he was lying. He's a liar. I'm not trusting him. I trust you more even though you are also a liar. Yes, I killed him.
どうしてりょう様はためらいもなく殺したのですか？
She trembled and shakily asked me, uncomprehending. She wanted my help, but she didn't expect me to kill my companion so decisively for her sake. About 2 years ago, we robbed a caravan but spared the coachman to drive for us. He pretended to comply but secretly led us astray, aiming to deliver us to the barracks. When the truth came out, he panicked. Tang promised him money to keep him quiet first, but once we reached Familiar Road, he not only killed the coachman, but also hunted down his 80 years old mother and took her life too. So Tang is actually a bastard. Look at this. He pretended to comply but secretly as able to see. When the truth came out, he panicked. Tang promised him money to keep him quiet first, but once we reached the Familiar Road, he's not only killed the coachman, but also hunted down his 80 years old mother too. So no, basically Tang is, nah, it's good. It's good that we killed Tang. No, there is no regrets here. He will always settle a score. Once he's drawn his knife, he'll have a bone to pick with me. He'd keep that grudge until he got the chance to finish me off. Better to end him today than wait for him to off me someday. I turned to Mansui slowly, my gaze fixed on Tang's
りょ
corpse.
う様はなぜ私を信じるのですか？
Because I don't trust Tang. Is it actually simple? I don't trust you either, little lady. It's just between choosing your life and life of a scoundrel. Of course I will choose your life. It's just a gut feeling, and it's more about not trusting him than trusting you. Oh, it's actually the same. She was actually thinking about the same with me. I didn't buy Tang's
どん
proposal.
な提案ですか？
Didn't it tell you before? But I thought this job was about selling you off as a maid or servants, so I took it with a clear conscience. But guess what? Found out yesterday that you are being sent as lamb dishes. And damn, Luoyang City got a swine demon eyeing you all for dinner. The more I thought about it, the more I realized I couldn't go through with this job. So I told him I wanted out. At first, he wasn't keen, but after dinner he changed his mind and made a proposal that satisfied me. He suggested we sell you all tomorrow, and I quit this job in Sanzhou. Then, when he's in Luoyang, he'd buy a few lambs for himself to deliver. If he made extra, he may give me a cut. But something about that didn't sit right, and him being so agreeable this time was unusual. I calmly filled Mansui on every detail, including his over. Oddly enough, sharing with her made me feel lighter.
りょう様の考えは正しいと思います。よく考えたら落葉城の子供を飼えばいいのに、どうしてわざわざ遠くから私たちを運ぶのですか？
Exactly. If he can easily buy kids in Luoyang, he wouldn't actually ask kids or lambs from somewhere else. So Tang's plan is actually it's not feasible. It's just a made-up plan to actually make us keep quiet. But why he's lying to us, I don't know, because he's dead.
東洋にはきっと他に理由があって、戦地の子供が欲しいんだと思います。足がつかないように遠くの子供を複雑な方法で買うのでしょう。
Exactly. Impressive. Just by listening to me, you sorted out what I couldn't. You got a sharp mind. I praise her. Indeed, her explanation helped me understand. Come to think of it, her sister got snatched by the swine demon too. He lied about marrying her and took her away. How old was her sister? Probably a few years older than her, correct?
りょう様、これから私たちはどうすればいいのでしょうか。
As I thought about Mansui's sister, she suddenly asked me another question. She got me stuck for a moment. This happened too suddenly. At first, I just didn't want them to become lamb dishes. Then I didn't fully believe his proposal. But I hadn't even thought about what to do with them after Tang was gone. When she asked, all I could think was go along with Tang's fake proposal from earlier. Tomorrow, I'll ask the waiter, find some Sanzo human trafficker and sell you off for money.
ダメ。りょう様、そんなの絶対ダメです。
Why? She seems really upset. Why not? I killed the partner I've worked with for 5 years just to save your lives. Now I have to figure out how to deal with the body and make a run for it. You got me into the mess, but I'm not trying to get you killed. Can I at least sell you for some money? I shot her a glare. Meanwhile, I couldn't shake the feelings that this lass was pushing her luck after I killed Tang for them. She saw my unhappy face and started to act more
りょう
friendly.
様、怒らないでください。
How am I supposed to take it easy, little girl? I'm just killing a man.
先週城で私たちを売るのがダメだって言っているのではありません。りょう様の考えは白に欠けているというだけ。
It makes sense. So, what's your proposal?
りょう様は皇様と違って人飼いとは面識がありません。
Yes?
陛下も言ってました。皇様は私たちがいないとき外で誰かと会ってたみたいだって。明日人飼いに会って皇様の姿が見えなかったらそいつらは全てを察するかもしれません。
Okay, but what about Tang's body?
そしたら私たちがトンヨンのところに送られるだけじゃなくてあなたもトンヨンに報復されるかもしれない。りょう様は今暗がりにいて彼らは明るいところにいます。自分からのこのこと出ていくべきではありません。
Okay. She laid it out straight. Yeah, I mean, she got the point. This girl is super smart. What the fuck? She's super smart. Have to say, her analysis isn't wrong. I'm not tied with locals like Tang. Selling them off without him? Well, the locals might get nosy. Too risky. Their lives, minds, all on the line. What's your take on this? I look at her, seeking advice. Her clear thinking earned my trust. Got me wondering about her thoughts. Holy mother. She scratched her chin, patching Tang's body. Pacing Tang's body, lost in thought. Got something?
いい考えがあります。
Okay, spilled.
まず皇様の死体をうまく片付けて誰にも見つからないようにすることです。
Okay. First, we need to do. How do you are supposed to do this,
それから
Mister?
りょう様が人飼いになって私たちをそれぞれにふさわしい場所に送る。
Okay. What does that mean? Can you explain
私
more?
たち4人は家庭も違うし素性も違う。浩二と水二の姉妹は家が貧しいから返してやる必要はないと思います。りょう様の裕福な親戚や友達に売れば彼女たちは楽に暮らせるしお金も儲かる。陛下はさらわれたんだからりょう様が家族を探してお金を要求すればいいと思います。お金を用意できるなら陛下を返してやる。用意できないなら誰かに陛下を売る。
Miss, last, do
例え
you
ば
think I have a rich
りょう様
friend?
の裕福
Your plan has a big problem. I don't have rich relative or friend nearby. If I have rich friend, I probably wouldn't even do something like this. I'm a criminal, I'm a bandit. Actually, I don't have anyone I can ask for help. I laid out my words, and Mansui looked a bit surprised. She might have been surprised that at twice her age, I still had the social connections of an orphan. My dad had a small business. There is no rich friends. My parents eloped, tied the knot solo, cut clan ties, so no family to reach out
りょう
to.
様かわいそう。
No need your pity. Mansui gave me a pitying look and I shot back. Thinking about it now, I really don't have many friends. My connection has always been weak. In this big world, Was there anyone willing to lend me a hand? I pondered for a moment and suddenly thought of someone. Alright, I thought of someone. Back in the famine, there was someone I met. I think she went to work in Haizhou. She should have the men to support you all. She got quite a network. Can reach out to some people. My relationship with her isn't great, but I did save her life once. Might be worth a shot to us. I said to Mansui, recalling the first place.
じゃあ、ハイシュへその友達に会いに行きましょう。
Haishu.
よかった。
She relaxed when I mentioned my voice, showing genuine relief. Despite the brat snack for fibbing, this happiness seems real. She cares about those lambs. However, you sorted out everything for them. But what about you? I asked her, puzzled about what she had in mind for herself. She talked a bunch, but didn't bring himself her up. She looked down, thinking for a bit. Then she looked up, locking her eyes with me. She could be thinking about why I asked, or maybe thinking about her own plans. Soon she spoke her mind to me.
私、よく考えたけど、やっぱり、落葉城に行きます。
She still want to go to Luyang. She still want to avenge whatever happened to her family or whatever that eat swine demon.
復讐を果たさなければなりません。
Okay, you need revenge. So you want me to take you to the swine demon?
うん。連れて行くだけでいいから、お願いします。
Okay.
りょう様、まずは私の話を聞いてください。
Of course, I mean...
りょう様はコウ様を殺した。他の子たちも逃がしたら、このことはすぐにバレると思います。
Okay.
バレないようにするために、私を東洋のところまで連れてって、コウ様が他の子を連れて逃げて、私だけ残ったっていうのはどうですか？そうすれば、りょう様は子供を逃がした責任をコウ様にかぶせることができます。
That's smart.
もらえるお金は減りますけど、りょう様のせいにはならないし、仕事も片付いて、敵も一人減る。
You are too naive if you think that will work. I don't know how tight tongues with these human traffickers, but story won't stick. They will trust a dead tongue over a live me. Now that tongue's out, there's no turning back. I plan my escape down south, as far from the north as possible. You are thinking I'll risk going to Luyang to just end up dead? That's foolish and pointless.
違う。りょう様のためではありません。私は復讐を。
For what
お姉ちゃん
vengeance?
が死んでから、ずっと夢に出てきて、眠れないんです。だか
You
ら、
don't even have
復讐
sisters.
しなくちゃいけないの。
Don't lie to me. You don't even have a sister. What the hell? I stared at her and she looked back at me with a determined expression. Tears welled up in her eyes, and it seems as if she was looking through me, focused on something beyond. It was obvious her need for revenge was strong. Fine. If you insist on going to your doom, I won't stop you. I'll take you to Luyang, sell you off, and then make a run for the south as soon as possible. I said with a helpless sigh, looking over at her.
りょう様、ありがとうございます。
She nodded, all smiles. I just didn't get it. Was there to be so happy about? It's like she's completely detached, like she's not the one being sold, the one facing death. Alright, you're done talking. Let's get started with the first thing. Now we gotta figure out what to do with his body.
でも、どうやって片付けるつもりですか？
Exactly, you said you know how to deal with the body.
今は夜間外出禁止で、明日は店の小僧が宿屋を掃除する。
I don't know.
それまでに、
I don't know,
死
little
体を
lady.
片付けないと。
Can you just even tell me how to deal with this body, like hiding in the top or whatever? I don't
こ
know.
こは普通の店じゃありません。人飼いが利用している店です。コウ様が店で死んだことを小僧が知ったら、きっと千秋城の人飼いに知らせるでしょう。私たちの計画も実行しにくくなります。
Mansu looked at the body, lost in thought. Well, I'm aware of that. Out in the boonies is simple. Find a spot away on the road and bury it. But in the city, I'm stumped.
りょう様、場外に埋めたら？
Yeah, but how do you carry him? How? Yeah, okay. You bury him outside the city? What? But how the fuck you carry the body outside the city? I don't get it. It must. You can chop them. Oh. No, I don't. Man, I don't want to think about it. I'm not a criminal, okay? I will just let the story tell me what to do. No
ど
way.
うしてダメなのですか？
Body's too big and too bloody. Can carry it out without raising suspicions. Exactly. Imagine wrapping it in a cloth and putting it on a horse. Someone bound to notice. I slowly told Mansui. Well, imagine this. Guards at the gate asking questions. People smelling blood. Seeing a park house carrying what looked like human safe body bundle. It's a recipe for
そう
disaster.
ですね。
Mansui thought hard. What to do now? Should we bury the body in the inn's yard? Or try bribing the writer to help? Too risky. We can't depend on just the waiter.
りょう様、いい方法がある。
Okay, tell me. Just as I was thinking, Mansui seemed to come up with something. Now keep thinking about how to commit a crime. No, Roy! No, Roy! I'm not gonna think how to commit a crime. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I will let the story actually tell me what to do, you know? What the
適
idea?
当に思いついたんですけど、案外いい方法かも。
Okay, tell me what's a good
りょう様
idea.
にはできないかもしれない
That
け
is
ど、
believable. She sighed deeply and looked at me seriously. What's theirs I wouldn't do? I chuckled, feeling she underestimated me. What? The cleaver came down again and again, slicing through the meat and bone laid on the stone floor. The first chop separated the skins and flesh, exposing the muscle and the gleaming white bones below. The second chop keenly snapped the bone, the sounds echoing sharply in the room. What the fuck did I just read? Now think of it. Think of him. Think of this not as a human, okay? It's a chicken. We are actually chopping chickens. Chickens. You know, like a 10. When you want to actually fry chicken, you cut them out in 10 pieces, with the third chopped piece of meat still clinging to the bone and sinew. It's chicken. Chicken was neatly divided into two. I picked up a piece of meat about the size of my hand and tossed into the first wooden basin. There were two basins in front of me, one for the meat and bones, the other for everything else. The last, barefoot, carried water basin, cleaning up the blood stain around me. The smell of blood in the bathhouse was strong, making my head spin, my stomach hurt. We are chicken. Even though I was used to blood, I feel queasy at the moment. You make a mess! Now there are all blood everywhere in the bathhouse. The last proposal really caught me off guard. For the time of half incense stick, I didn't dare to do it. Now we've been busy for nearly 2 hours. What the fuck we are doing? About 2 hours ago, she came up with an idea of handling the body. The body of him needed to be taken outside to the city and can be buried near the inn. Okay. We needed to make the body look less conspicuous and get rid of the strong smell of blood. She said that we should treat the body like we do. What the fuck? What the fuck did I just read, man? Holy shit! We can cut the body of him into small pieces. The meaty part like pork, Does this raise a suspicion to you? Who the fuck is this girl? See, this girl is the one that proposed this shit. She said she should treat the body like we do pork. How the hell a lady like her immediately think of something very elaborate plan that I don't even dare to think about? Holy fuck. As for the non-meat part, I gathered them in the wooden tub, crushed them up, mixed them together and dumped them into the inn chestful. Oh my god, the stinky chestful should mask the body's taste. The small parts would be well hidden within it. Even if people in the inn get suspicious, it will be difficult to check. I almost done chopping up the meat. It's hot water
さっき
ready?
薪をくべたので、多分沸いているはずです。
Alright, you go
見てき
some
ます。
fetch the water. Be careful not to trip and scald yourself if you
わかり
fall.
ました。気をつけます。
Holy shit, this lady is something. She doesn't even look at this. She not even went to fetch hot water. She doesn't even falter. What the hell is this lady? See, I don't know. Should I actually trust Tang? We kill someone and treat this someone as like a pork. What the fuck? I don't know, dude. Dude, this is so weird. I feel like a conspicuous. I don't know about this. Okay, you know what? Okay, let's go back to Tang. Let's go back to Tang first. I would like to know.
おっとそうだ届けない
I cannot
こ
trust
の
her.
秋を大事に
Imagine
届けは
she
し
was
ない
she
が
was so good. I cannot make up my mind. Okay, let's see what
きっちりし
happens.
ねえとな
Let's see what happens if we go to this side of the story, okay? We will see. I watched Tang grit his teeth and curse angrily without saying another word, okay? Tang noticed my silence and he also went quiet, seemingly lost in thought. Then I'll carry her back in a
Ah.
bit.
でも子羊の部屋に運ぶ、
Okay.
それからりょ
I'll
う
pass.
どうしてあいつ
No,
が
I
言った
didn't
通り
believe her. If I did, I would
俺
have
が
watched you
薬
choke
を
her like that.
わかったでも酒は飲まんとな
Okay, so basically we are actually agreeing with Tang now what happened, okay? After that I moved Mansu to our room, then drank some wine with Tang after her tying up. After finishing the wine, the sky was completely dark since it was almost midnight. He was tired, so he lay down and slept on the bed. After seeing him fall asleep, I intended to sleep. So nobody died yet, okay? Tang is still alive, Mansu is just getting out cold, unconscious. However, there was many things that were troubling me. When I closed my eyes, my memory kept playing back. The recent events kept replaying themselves before my eyes. Among those recurring memories, Mansu appeared the most. The little brat was too precocious and full of lies. Even though she taught me Shadow Place used her wit to help us avoid a vicious soldier, I still couldn't like and trust her, which led to my indifference when she was choked to death. But wait, Tong didn't actually choke her to death, did he? Not good. She hasn't moved since he passed out from being choked. Based on my previous experience, if he hadn't been choked unconscious, she should have woken soon. But she hadn't made a sound. Could it be that Tang lied to me and that she was already dead? With that thought, I couldn't help but quickly get out and approach Mansui. I questioned, checking for nurse and her breath. My finger detected her breathing. Oh, she's still alive! She's still alive! Fainted discernible, rising and falling rhythmically. Okay, so long as he isn't dead, I felt a lot more at ease after confirming that Mansui wasn't dead and was able to sleep soundly. Nobody died here, nobody died, okay? Nobody had died here. I closed my eyes and slept for a while, trying to keep my mind off. Gradually, I fell asleep. After about an hour or two, I vaguely heard Tang getting up. Why? He got up a bed, pushed the door open, then tiptoed. What? This is so weird. He was being really careful as if I was afraid waking me up. Was Tang going out to pee? After a while, Tang didn't come back. I watched as the sky outside slowly brightened and the darkness inside the room gave me the light. I heard Sanzo morning bell ringing, followed by the distance and nearby rooster crows. The curfew was over and near the day had begun. She still hasn't come back. How come he went out for free for this long? This strange. I couldn't sleep. A feeling of unease was over me. I perked up my ears and tried hard to listen to sounds outside the room. There did seem to be some noise. Faintly, I seemed to hear the sounds of latching falling, along with scattered footsteps and harsh conversations. Was the waiter or someone else? What they were talking about? Not good. Better check it out. I thought about it a bit. Even though I didn't get enough sleep yet, the feeling unease still pushed me outdoor. I pushed the room door and got the hallway. The narrow hallway was completely empty. All the guests were still sleeping. I didn't see Tangs or anyone else. I walked down the stairs in the inn's lobby. The lobby was empty and the table chairs were stacked up and placed in the corner. The door latch was still hanging on the door. The inn had not opened for the day. Still, no Tangs or anyone said, "Oh my god! Where did he go? Did he go out?" Well, I go check the outhouse and the bathhouse next. I glanced over the both sides on the ground, intending to check around bathhouse and search for Tang. I walked into the bathhouse. Not long ago, Tang choked Mansui here and knocked her out as I watched from the sidelines. And now, Mansui wasn't here and nor was Tang. There seems to be something inside the wooden bathtub. Water over there. There was a dark shadow around the edge of the wooden tub. I didn't look, it was empty. What was that? I leaned in closer and looked inside the wooden tub. What was that? There was a guy hiding inside the wooden tub. What the fuck? He was a skinny guy, long hair, small eyes, hunched over like a rat's. As I looked at him, his gaze suddenly turned sinister, and then he abruptly stood up, pulled at the dagger he kept hidden, and lunged at me. My heart instantly jumped out of my throat. I had no idea who is this sudden intruder was. My reaction was no less swift. As his blade came toward me, I quickly dodged. This guy knew his way around dagger. I dodged the first strike, the second and third one came as quickly toward the direction I was dodging. With no other option, I reached out to grab his thrusting arm, trying to get control of him. In that moment, a series of heavy footsteps suddenly echoed behind me. The footfalls were heavy, as beasts some running off the ground. I wanted to turn around and look. The intruder already made it way back. He was already swinging a blunt object, aiming straight for my head. Fucking Tang! An iron was smashed into the back of my head. A sudden surge of pain instead through my skull, followed a persistent tingling sensation. Hot buzz grasped from my head, casting my vision to darken instantly. I couldn't make out anything around me. Damn it, I lost control of my body. My leg went weak and my head spun as I toppled to the ground. Holy shit! As I fell, finally I caught the sight of a silence out of the corner of my eyes. It was a fat guy, 9 feet tall, built like a mountain with a thick arm and first clenched iron hand.
倒れたけ。いや、河野旦那。旦那の筋書き
Oh
通りだ。
my god, Tang
Ah,
is bastard.
長いこと一緒にやってきたからな。
Now he did approach him far
よ
away.
くわかっ
I
て
couldn't
る。
I couldn't move my head anymore, but I already knew who was that based on the voice and was skinny cause it was Tang. Holy shit. Why? Why did Tang wanted me dead? Who were the fat and skinny guy? Did they hire them?
りょう、言ったはずだ。この仕事から足を洗うのは雇い主は不測の事態に備え
Oh
特
my
に
god.
泉州の子羊を欲しが人飼いの世界は狭い。雇い主を騙すなんて
I wanted my
俺
ass
には
like
で
a
き
little
な
bit.
い。
Oh
す
my
まん
god.
やむを得ないことだ。仕方
He
な
then
い。
grabbed the dagger from the skinny guy's hand. Finally, out the corner
あ
of
の
my eye,
世
saw
へ
dagger
行
coming.
っても俺を恨むんじゃないぞ。
But instead of the bed, I was my neck. I couldn't speak. I feel like I'm drowning, struggling to breathe. I wanted to cough, but my throat was blocked entirely. I wanted to use my finger to scratch my itched neck, but I couldn't breathe and rest hand. The warmth and strength in my body were draining away. I felt like I was in an icy cave, gradually cooling down, and my vision began to darken. I knew I was going to die soon. Bastard. I never thought you'd lie to me and kill me. Sure enough, you were a wolf to begin with, and in the end, you are still a wolf. Wolves don't have partners. Wolves will kill each other. Wolves do it or survival. Based on what he said, he'll continue send the land to Luya after killing the people accompanying him. He'll complete the original war. Whoever will die in despair. What about Mansui? Does he have a chance? He will be able to both destroy independent friendship. I won't have it because I'm going to die. It's all over my hand. I refuse to accept such an ending. He's really the worst! What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm actually getting killed! Yo, what the fuck? He's the worst, he's the worst, he's the worst. He's shit. Oh my god, that guy is shit. Like, I'm so happy. Oh my god. I'm so happy the first time I actually picked Mansui. I wasn't just not sure, okay? Yeah, fuck Tang. He's the worst of the worst. It's okay, we kill him now. The water had been heating for a while, and I told her to keep it going until it was bubbling. We planned to use for boiling the meat. Initially, we thought of using the inn kitchen, but it was locked up until at night by the waiter. Plus, the kitchen spot wasn't big enough for all the meat, and cooking in batch would take too long. Besides, it was near where the waiter was sleeping, and we didn't want to wake him up. Then Mansui came up with ideas. He suggests blocking the bathhouse water pool temporarily, filling it with water, and using that to cook meat. Mansui casually carried a basin of hot water, walking barefoot through the bathhouse. She poured the hot water into the pool. Bubbling water spreads evenly across the surface, causing the level to rise slightly. Steam rose from the soup, distorting the air around it. Thankfully, this was meant for cooking meat. If it were for melting, even a moment would peel off your skin. Oh my god. Mansui paced back and forth a few times until the water level in the pool had finally reached usable level. Imagine! You know, I was actually feel so bad about killing him. But yeah, if I pick another route, he just kill me and betray me for some other person. Oh my god. Now I don't know, I still feel bad killing people and then cook them. But still, can't do anything about it. This is a force by the game. It's not my wills, okay? If I can, I wouldn't kill people like this. She wiped her forehead and sat down to rest. Seeing she was tired, I didn't push her. I sat beside the tank, tossing the meat in and asked, "How do you come with this idea?" I lightly asked her. It's tough to picture a kid that young coming up with such scary
前
plans.
に家で子豚が死んだことがありました。
Oh yes! Not a little piglet, your little
お
cat.
腹を空かせたお母さんは子豚を鍋で茹でたんです。茹で上がった豚は小さくなって
It's your cat, it's
生
her
臭い
cat.
匂いもなくなりました。
I don't know. There is something
私はそれをずっとはっきりと覚えてました。
with the way she said. It's always strange. So, for example, she doesn't have a sister, right? So someone else is actually dying instead of her sister, but she doesn't actually implies to that particular person. So she used something else, and this is also the same. Her cat was the one that dying, right? Her cat is the one that dead, but he doesn't say her cat, but he said her piglet, a little piglet. So basically, he always try to distance herself for maybe for some personal reason, so it can distance herself, so maybe she will feel less emotionally attached. I don't know. She sat hugging her knees, head resting on them, watching the meat in water. She spoke to me. Her eyes, as if she were remembering something, were empty and cold. I heard Tang say, if you end up at Swine Demon, he'll chow you down. Do you reckon he munch you on raw or cook you
わ
up?
からない。多分生。
Oh shit. Why do you figure it out?
肉を煮たら人間に見えなくなるから。
I don't know what to say about this. Look at this. Once cooked, we are not going to look like a human anymore. So how does she know about this? How does she know about this thing on the first place? Yes, she never tell the exact truth, and it's so strange that how the hell this lady know once cooked we are not going. How the hell little kids? Okay, she's not a kid anymore. She's an adult. How the hell she know this actually happened? How does she already think about this?
そういうやつは私たちの姿を見ながら食べたいでしょう。でも一度に食べきれず、食べられるだけ食べて残りは捨てられるでしょう。
She continued extrapolating her guesses. Hard to imagine analyzing stuff like this is within her age. Exactly. It felt odd chatting with her, though she looked mine, yet in fact 11 years old, and her insight gave the impression of someone closer to my age. Yes, she was 14. During the dismembering of Tang's body earlier, I couldn't stand it, looking away and feel the urge to vomit. See, on the other hand, look at this. This is very weird. Mansui, on the other hand, remained cool, sorting the body part as if they were just meat. Sometimes she caught up from the smell, but that was it. Holy fuck, there must something with her though. What happened to her that she was indifferent with this? What the fuck? I was getting more curious. Was she really from a regular farming family? What kind of experience could make someone her age like this? Heard something in the tavern once. There are people in the world who are born undead. Undead people have no feeling, don't cry, don't laugh, and don't fear. They can do anything calmly, just like grown up, even when they are kids. Scary stuff. But she wasn't like the undead type. When I spoke to her before, she seemed genuinely scared and not putting on a show. When she played with other lambs, she seemed genuinely happy. It's like she got both of the innocence of the child and maturity of an adult. I want to find out what happened to her, but at the same time, I'm scared to find out exactly. Holy shit! Strange, this last was true strange. Yes, she was bloody strange. How can you actually, how can you think about this? I keep thinking about her. But my hand didn't stop, repeatedly throwing chunks of meat into the water. This is chicken. Tossing and tossing until there was nothing left in the wooden basins. I moved the chicken from one place to another. Piece by piece, the chicken went into the water. The fat one floated up, the thin one sank down, reminding me of frog bubbling up and down in the water. Tang, though it might sound hypocritical to say so, seeing that meat like that, I did feel a bit sad. Even if it was killed, he wouldn't have wanted to end like that. I shouldn't have let it happen, even if I kill him. Maybe only that's why demon who eat live kid deserves such a fate. But how could that possible? Some people were born into wealth and privilege, destined for life as luxury. No matter how far they failed, they still wouldn't end up being cooked. The meat looks cooked white. We'll have to bake it soon. After cooking for a while longer, I noticed the meat was almost done. I don't even feel like eating dinner now. I think I will skip my dinner. I'm not gonna eat after this.
わかりました。
She softly replied, her eyes still fixed on the rolling meat. After bagging it up, we'll need to clean this face too. The blood smells too strong, got to
わ
scrub
か
it
りま
off.
した。
She nodded in agreement. Tonight, you'll sleep in my room. Tomorrow, we'll roast the lamb and
Hi.
explain. She nodded. The last was likely worn out. She was keeping her responses short and to the point. Asking her anything, I just gave a quick answer. She looked tired. Maybe all the lambs are like that. They want to sleep when it's
りょう
time.
様、
Yes? She suddenly spoke as if wanting to tell me something.
お
What is-
腹が空きました。
Oh my god, Troy! I was just about to tell her why there is a lot of meat in front of us. Can get into the inn's kitchen. I'll get you some ration
いり
later.
ません。お腹は空いてるけど、何も食べたくないです。
Fair enough.
これが終わったら、お風呂に入りませんか？
Yes. Okay. After a quick break, we resumed work. The mince was cooked. I packed the cooked meat in bag and dumped the rest to the chest full. She cleaned the boats, then scrubbed the bathroom. We finished all that. We took the bath in the bathhouse. I used the tubs, used the bucket, both of us washing separately. Maybe we were just too tired and wanted to finish quickly and go to bed. Maybe we just stacked the tongue body together. Maybe me and the lass were used to each other, weren't shy anymore. After our bath, we only slept about an hour. Shortly after returning to our room, the sky outside began to lighten with a distant bell followed by rooster and dog barking. I woke up first, then nudged the lass beside me and went next door to wake up the other lamb. I gathered them to discuss our next move. Listen up. Plans have changed. We are not heading for Luoyang anymore. I solemnly announced the new plan to the lambs. They looked at each other, then back at me, speechless. Pack up. We are heading north to Haizhou. Once we are there, I'll announce our next move.
様
Suddenly, Squeaker calling out to me, sounding worried. What's up? I frowned slightly.
前にイーソー様が言ってた落葉城に行けばお腹いっぱい食べられるって食べきれないほどまんじゅうがあるって
Little lady, he's lying to you. Tang is dead now.
んだ、りょう様。落葉城に行くんじゃなかったのけ？どうして急に行かなくなったんだ？
The two sisters seemed really down. I figured Din Sang and Tang have been lying for them for a while. They keep saying Luoyang would be a paradise with endless food. Luoyang, with endless steam bun, had become their dream. How do I break it to them gently? Let them know Luoyang's a good spot, but once they are there, they'll be devoured alive? If I told them straight up, they wouldn't get it. Might not even buy it. I froze. Didn't know how to break it to them.
落葉城で私たちを引き取る人は善人じゃない。それを知ったりょう様は
Thank
考
God for
えを変えて
Mansui.
私たちをいい人に引き渡すことにしたの。安心して。ハ州での暮らしはきっと落葉城より良くなる。りょう様は私たちに嘘なんかつかないから
Just when I didn't know what to tell to the sisters, the last spoke up for me. Damn, we are calm. I love Mansui now. I think we should just trust her, right? I think we should just trust Mansui with everything, with what we've done so far. We should trust her, okay? 100% trusting this lady from now on. Whatever she's actually doing, I will support her. The sister widened their eyes, looking at
そう
Mansui.
ね。水姉さんがそう言うなら、両様を信じます。落葉城には行きたいけど、両様がハイ州へ行くと言うなら、その方がいいと思います。
Xianghua smiled, reassuring the sister.
ああ、お姉さんたちがそう言うなら安心だ。落葉城に行かないならそれでええ。
セイジも両様を信じる。両様はいい人。
The sister smiled at me, especially Chu-er, who looked at me with trust in their eyes. I paused, feeling a warm sensation in my chest, unable to find the words. I couldn't deny it. Being trusted like this felt good. Afterwards, I untied the lamps. I got some fruits from the inn and gave it to them before planning to leave. Before leaving, I asked Mansui to watch over the lamps and went back to the bathhouse. After airing out, most of the blood and strange smell had gone away, though there were still faint odd smells since the place didn't usually have many guests. It shouldn't raise the waiter's suspicion for him to investigate. I double-checked for any blood stains, then, once I was completely at ease, I let the lamp out of the inn. As I hit the street of Sanzo and looked at the cooked meat, it only took for MC to die in horrible way, but the paranoia is gone. It's okay. Everything is gone. We trust Mansui now. Nothing bad happened. I think I will just trust her. Really. They were standing at the inn entrance. One fat and tall, the other skinny and short, dressed like caravan guards, with mean looks on their faces. The fat guy stood 9 feet tall, bearing a ferocious look. Oh, these two are going to kill us! While the skinny one had a shifty look in his eyes. Imagine, right? It's so interesting that we already know what will happen if we pick the other options, and we know that this guy is going to kill us if we actually side with Tang. It's interesting to see. They still show us what it's possible happen. Let's say we never pick the option that we are dying. I let the lamb out, Mansui leading one pack horse while I led the other. Their eyes stayed glued to us, slow moving as we walked. Something was off. Who were they? They were the one that's supposed to kill you, MC.
Oi! Tomare!
Just as I started to wonder, the fat guy called out. I stopped, and the other lambs followed suit. What's up?
関子を知ってるか
He asked me in low voice. I didn't reply immediately. Cold sweat beaded on my forehead and palms. No good. This guy was shady. Shi Xing was Tang's real name. This guy was probably called over by Tang. Don't know him. Who's Shi Xing? I forced myself to stay calm, speaking coldly to the fat guy. He didn't answer, just glared at me
お
harder.
前らはどこから来た
Why should I tell you? He kept asking, and I got annoyed, snapping at him. At the same time, I reached for the blade on the pack house, ready to draw. Sanzo is no small village. Throwing blades in the streets is forbidden. But this inn location was remote. It'd be a while before city guards arrived. If possible, I didn't want to start off the fight this guy. Maybe we are going to fight this guy, so we are going to save. But if he really was Tang's man, if he found out that I'd taken out Tang's, then I have to fight him right here. What is that fat guy faking? He has a short blunt weapon on his back. He's built like a tank, so close combat isn't my favor. But if I can draw my blade fast, I might catch him off guard.
もういい大水イチャモンをつけるんじゃない
Just as things were heating up, the skinny guy called out the fat guy's name, stopping him.
関子を知らないと言ってるだったら知らないんだろう絡んでどうするんだ子供らを連れてこの宿屋から出てきたきっと商売人さ人の商売を邪魔するんじゃない
だが俺たちも子供を引き取るのが仕事だ 関公もここで大きな仕事があると言っ
Holy
てた。
shit.
あいつは俺たちを呼び出しておいて姿を見せない。こいつに聞いて何が悪い。
余計なこと言うなよ。俺が教えたことを忘れたか。おふくろも言ってただろう。俺の言うことを聞けって。口よりも手を動かせ。悪かったな。許してくれ。
The fat guy and the skinny guy argue some more. Then the skinny guy apologized to me. No big deal, it's open. If you're searching for someone, you can check inside. I calmly told the skinny guys to give them a hint.
そうか。兄貴、後で行ってみようぜ。
Holy mother, the skinny guys agree and then pull the fat guy to stand at a distance. Then they keep their eyes on him. Let's go. Everything's settled. I told Mansui and the other lamb. So we set off again on our journey. We're headed to outside Sanzhou, then up north to Jind, and finally Haizhou. I reckon those two, one fat and one skinny. We are probably hired by Tank. They might be a caravan guard or bandits. I had a guess about why they were here. That proposal Tank cooked up for me last night was just a con. He was just trying to keep me calm so I wouldn't fight back. Come the next day, bring them in, ready to take me out, then let those two take over my job. You haven't changed one bit. Speaking of that, those two were pretty interesting. The fat guy act tough, the skinny guy talk smooth. The fat guy throw fists, the skinny guy smoothing over. Kind of feeling like me and Tang, brings back some memory. What do you think? Thinking about it, I couldn't resist leaning toward the fat horse and whispering softly. Of course, there would be no response from either the horse or the bags on its back. Closest to me, King Hua heard my voice and gave me a curious glance, wondering why I suddenly start talking to myself. At this moment, perhaps only Mansui and I knew the truth, that I wasn't talking to myself, that I was talking to recently departed partner, that he was lying in peace on the pack horse right now, and that his flesh danced with the horse movement as we embark on our journey out the city. Holy damn, man, what the fuck? This visual novel is pretty good. It's really good. I took the lamps and left Sanzhou. Maybe this one is a happier day, right? Look at the music. The music is very happy music. Leaving the city was easier than expected. The guards at the gate didn't bother to ask questions. One of them, looking tired, just waved us through as if driving flies away, making our prepared stories pointless. Once outside, we headed north toward Haizhou, about 30 miles away. Taking this lamp to Haizhou will take at least 3 days. Another long journey ahead. We'll likely be in the mountains for the next few days. There is nothing bad happen in the mountains, right? The silver moon shone bright, and stars scattered across the sky. At night, we lit a campfire and I gave the lamps their food. Once they finished eating, I grabbed a shovel from the packhouse bundle ready to complete the task I have left undone. We are from any towns here, so anything buried won't be easily discovered. I'm planning to bury Tank. The shovel lifted through the soil, dust swirling. I dug beneath a tree. Once the hole was ready, I unpacked the meat and dropped it piece by piece. With the meat buried, I then filled the hole with the shovel. After burying people before, I usually speed quickly to meet up with Tank. But this time, after burying him, I didn't leave immediately. Instead, I stuck the shovels in the ground and stared at the freshly made mound for a long time. I even sat down, keeping the company of the buried guy for a spell. Didn't do much, just keep my eye locked onto the hole. Life sure throws some curveball, huh? Never imagined I'd be here with Tank like this. The person who would previously wait for my return is now resting right before my eyes. After the deed was done, I head back. After 50 steps, I was back at camp. Xinghua approached to me, seeming like she had something on her mind.
様、
What's up?
眠くなってきました。
Sure, go
し
ahead.
かし、縄がまだ。
The ropes aren't tied. Ah, okay. Yeah, we don't tie them anymore. She motioned to her waist, showing it was bare without any rope. As a rule, I would have tied rope on them before they slept. She wanted to remind me so I wouldn't forget. Never mind, no more ropes. Tying and untying you every day is a hassle. Unless we are tackling slip stop, no more ropes. I let Xiong-Hua and the other knows about the new rule. Xiong-Hua looks surprised and the other lambs gather around
りょう
curious.
様、コウ様はどこに行った？
Hong-Er asked me curiously. Since last night's meal, she hasn't seen Tang, nor I had mentioned him. We had a fight yesterday and he got mad and
コウ
loud.
様はもう戻ってこんの？は
Nope, he won.
あ、コウ様。
Hong-Er dropped her head, looking downcast. Oh, you still want him
ん
around?
だ。やっぱりコウ様もいてほしい。
You don't know, man. Dude, he's the worst of the worst, okay?
コウ様は最初は怖かったけど、最近は人が変わったみたいに優しくなった。
Because he's pretending.
昨日、りょう様と水姉さんが戻ってきた時、落葉城に着いたら、おもちゃを買ってくれるって言っとったし。
It was all knack. Playthings, who knows if they actually get any. He just wants you to go to Loyang, don't trust him.
え、本当か？
I subconsciously agreed again, however, trying to remind them that Tang wasn't a good person. But then I thought, nah, no need to go further. Yeah, exactly. It's fine. Just let Tang actually being think as a good guy. It's fine. He's already dead anyway. She's too young to get it, and Tang's already buried in peace. So why disturb him? Enough talk for tonight. Time to go to bed. We all have a long journey tomorrow. I yell out to the lamb, signaling an end to the conversation with Hong-Er. They obediently settling down to sleep after hearing this. I stared at the fire, just about to doze off when a thought hit me. Back when Tang was here, we took turns staying awake. When I sleep, he stay up and vice versa. But now that he's gone, there is no one to take turns with. Now I think about it, maybe we don't need shift anymore. Before we took turns to keep an eye on the lamb to stop them from running off while I was asleep. But now we've built trust with each other, so there is no need to worry about them running away. So the only reason remaining for shift is to watch over bandits and beasts. At night, bandits hardly ever move through the mountain, and the road from Sanzo is pretty safe. And beasts usually still clear of fire, so there's no much worry from them.
りょう様、眠れないのですか？
She won't kill us, right? Come on, Mansui will not kill us, right? Let's say we go to sleep. Will Mansui kill us? No, right? No. What if she's actually doing good just to find a way to kill us? And then she will actually do the deed tonight. No, that's not gonna happen. There are another 3 kids and you are lost in the forest. No, she's not gonna kill us. No. As I start into fire, Mansui voice, I can't help but still thinking Mansui cannot be trusted. Come on. She was trying to kill us before. She was across the fire from me, looking at me with a smile. Nope, about to turn in. I was just getting sleepy and then you woke me
こ
up.
んな早く寝るんですか？今日は何もしないのですか？
You mean shadow play? I realized what she wanted to do with me. Along the way, she had taught me shadow play. But without the right, that's too much effort to kill him, exactly. But without the right imagine. Think about it, Roy. She was actually doing all this elaborate bullshit just to kill us at the end. Oh my fucking god. But without the right items, like drums and gongs, our performance was incomplete. We couldn't make puppets without extra stick and donkey hide, so we could only perform the 3 heroes battle of Lubu. I had bought everything we need while in Sanzo, but with so much happening this past 2 days, I forgot all about it. Now that we have everything we are going to learn tonight, despite getting little sleep last night, I feel quite awake. Let's learn tonight. Well, let's find a spot. I thought Mansui then dug out the wooden box and drums back. I handed the drum to Mansui and carried the wooden box by myself, walking with her away from the camp. We found a spot about 50 steps from camps. I unpacked the wooden box and set up the frames and white screens, while Mansui fetched fire from our main camp, the light no one. Once the flames flickered to life, I glanced around. Oddly, I had feeling. The more I look at the tree beside me, the more it looked like once where I had buried tongues earlier. Too much of a coincidence. Venturing 50 feet into the night only to end up back here. Could it be Tang's spirit wanting to watch our performance? After all, both Mansui and I keep secret from him. He never seen it before.
りょう様、今夜はどうしましょうか。
I want to cover all the topics I couldn't learn before, like making puppets and
わ
drumming.
かりました。じゃあ人形作りから。りょう様はどんな人形を作りたいんですか？
Not sure, name me some
う
place.
ーん、私ができる劇はあまり多くありません。三英傑、呂布と戦う。武将、虎を撃つ。ナタ、海を騒がす。
Are those all your dads taught
そ
you?
うですね。私は劇で身を立てるつもりもなかったし、父もこの3つしか教えてくれなかった。
Alright, let's do Wukong fight the tiger. Let's make the tiger first. I told Mansui what I wanted, and she nodded before getting to work. Mansui sat on the ground with the wooden box in front of her. One by one, she picked up all the necessary items from the wooden box. A small knife, 2 brushes, 3 pieces of donkey hide, and 4 bottles of dye. After taking out the items, she closed the lid of the box and spread the donkey hide on tops. Using her fingers, she smoothed out the hide, then pressed down with her knuckles and rubbed it repeatedly. Once the donkey hide was all flat, she took out one of the bruises. It had a really sharp tip, probably for sketching. She stared blankly at the donkey hide for a moment before she started to draw. Using the fine brush, she carefully outlined the tiger's general shape on the donkey hide, then went on to add details like tiger tails, heads, and limbs. Before long, I saw she had roughly drawn the tiger appearance. Is this supposed to be a tiger? Looks more like a sea cat to me. Standing aside, I commented with a frown. The last tiger drawing has its limbs and some resemblance, but it lacks patterns and
あ
precision.
とは彫刻して色を塗れば虎らしくなりますよ。
Okay. Mansu explained to me. Then she started next to carving. She took a deep breath, grabbed a small knife nearby. She held down the hide with her left hand and pressed the tip of the small knife into it with her right hand. With focused attention, she kept the knife steady while gently guiding the hide with her other hand. The hide was pushed around the tip, and with strenuous effort, the piece he was outlined with thin strokes was peeled from the wall bit by bit. Impressive craftsmanship. Must have helped your dad with plenty before. I couldn't help but give praise. Mansui got startled by my sudden noise. With a bit too much strength, her left hand made a knife tip near tiger's throat. The hide tiger seems as if throat has been cut, with the head body split apart, just like tongues buried in the thigh.
これはもう使えない。りょう様が急に声をかけるから。
She looked down at the donkey hide on the wooden box, feeling disappointed. She blamed me, and she had a point. I didn't expect that crafting required so much concentration. Sorry, you can carve another. I quietly apologized to her. She didn't answer me, just took another piece of donkey hide and started carving on the wooden box. This time she was more focused, drawing first in the brush and then carving with the knife. Maybe she was nervous. Sweat began to appear on her forehead. Her eyelash trembled, but she didn't blink. I stayed aside quietly, not saying anything. It was that quiet around us, but if you listen carefully, you could hear more. The rustling of the wind sweeping through the trees, the crackling of the flames burning in the campfire, the continuous chirpings of bugs, and the hell breaths were deliberate muffled. All of them were fairly clear. After carefully carving the new tiger she drew, she picked up another brush. This brush has a thicker stroke. She opened the eye of the bottle, dipped the brush in a bit of water, then dipped it into the dye, and carefully applied the donkey hide tiger.
ここは赤、ここは茶色、ここは黒ですね。
She leaned over the wooden box, quietly singing as she was painting. At the moment, she was rather childlike. Soon after, the tiger was filled with color.
りょう様、できました。
After finishing the color, she put down the brush down. Let me see. I step up to her and check out her artwork. Not too shabby. She crafted the two big tiger crouching the ground. The tiger head is really expressive with a mean look in its eyes. Just a tad skinny though, kind of resembling a mean cat. Not bad. Ready to try two Wukongs next? I praised her and was eager to see her go on craft Wusong.
武将は難しいです。
Didn't expect her to look worried all of a sudden. Why is that?
あの3つの劇、動物の絵はまだ描けるんですけど、人間のは描けません。
Doesn't that mean that beside tigers you can draw anything else?
そんなことはないです。石とばも描けるし。
Seems like she wasn't too sure about drawing people. Isn't there the Lubu puppets in the box? Why not copying that?
姿を似せることはできるけど、
That's
私
a
は
problem, isn't
武
it?
将の姿を知りません。
I left out the
ど
side.
うしよう。
We fell into a short
そう
silence.
だ、りょう様、いいこと思いつきました。
Okay, she suddenly perked up again. What's the idea? I look over at
りょ
her.
う様を見て武将を描きます。
We getting closer to this lady, yeah? You think I look like Wusong?
わかりませんが、やってみます。私が絵を描くときは何も思い浮かばないんです。想像だけでは何も描けません。お手本があればうまく似せて描くことはできますよ。
Sure, give it a shot. Since he was in the mood to draw, I was keen to see Wusong as well. So I had to give her me as a model for her drawing a shot. 10 out of 10? I'd like to see what she come out with copying my contents then. I sat down before her, she sat too, then spread out another piece of donkey hide. She scrutinized me carefully, her eyes struck on me. At first I thought we were staring each other down, so I glanced away uneasily. Call FBI, man, call FBI. No, we are not going to have a romance between those two, right? I mean, technically, she is already age. She's an adult, okay? Technically, she's an adult. She just looks like a kid because she's starving all the way. So that's why she looks like a kid. But in reality, she's actually an adult. So this is actually adult and adult. But this feels so weird. But then I saw her wasn't just staring at me. She was really scanning my face, my shoulder, my whole body before she started sketching Wusong. Oh my god. Got to admit, she was putting her heart into the work when it comes to drawing those puppets. What kind of Wusong will she make model after me? After an instant stick of time, she finished drawing Wusong. I glanced at her newly colored Wusong. This Wusong really resembled me. Every detail from the eye to the nose, even the hairstyle and expression was the same. The only difference might be that puppets in the shadow place seems to have broader shoulders and wore a tiger skin. If we didn't mind that Wusong was wearing tiger skin before, even for the tiger, this puppet was quite well done. It looked pretty lifelike, evoking Wusong's fierce determination and boldness. I guess he might have recalled my expression from when I killed Tang yesterday and depicted it like that. Lovely, looks good. Some parts looks like me, other likes Wusong. I gave praise to her drawing and she seemed happier. With all puppets done, we stirred them into the bamboo stick. Will she still kill us? I don't think she will actually kill us anymore, right? Like, you won! She was actually happily drawing us. Look at this. Look at this. She actually look at us instantly. If she really want to kill us, she probably wouldn't make something like that. She was putting her heart into the work when it comes to drawing those puppets. And that puppet based on us. Maybe she wouldn't kill us anymore, right? I was just being paranoid here. I cannot trust this novel.
まだですよ。染料が乾いてから。ちゃんと乾いたら切り抜いて竹串を差し込むんです。
Alright, seems like we won't be performing new plays tonight. You should go get some
りょう
sleep
様
now.
は戻って寝ないの？
Not tired? Strike while the iron's hot. I want to try your method and make a red hair for Lubu.
じゃあ私も寝ません。りょう様のそばで見ててあげます。
See, she was really affectionate toward us. I don't think she will kill us anymore. Alright, I sat down and so did she, watching me draw.
りょう様、これを使って。小刀を使う前に細筆で絵を描くの。
She gave me the frying brush. I took it, one hand on the donkey hide, the other ready to draw. But after waiting for a long time, all I managed was a single dot on the hide. You better head back and hit the hay. You can't get anything done when someone's watching. I awkwardly said to Mansui. It's true. With her staring at me, I just couldn't get the brush moving. As an adult, if my drawing turned out worse than his last, it would be pretty embarrassing. And to be fair, I will give her Wu Song, which I admit was actually pretty good, 9 out of 10. I figured I just don't have the drawing
わ
talent.
かりました。じゃあ戻ります。
Let the paranoia
Yosemite,
get me
早く
again.
寝て
No,
くだ
no,
さ
no, it seems we can't trust her, okay? We can't trust her. Mansu said, nodding at my awkwardness before heading back toward the camp. Finally, I'm all alone now, so how do I draw the red hair? I thought hard, remembering the stagecoach house I'd seen, and start sketching. The next day. Last night, after finishing drawing red hair, I went back to camp to sleep. I slept restlessly without tongue to take shifts with. I kept feeling someone might come by, every rustle catching my attention, so I didn't sleep well and had a dreamless night. When the morning sun hit me, I sat out again with the lamps. As we walked, I thought about shadow plays and what's next for the lambs. The sun rose high and deep behind the peaks. We traveled north for 6-7 hours and arrived again at nightfall.
りょう様、りょう様、昨日作った石蕎麦が見たいです。
Later that night, after the other lamb had gone to sleep, Mansui and I returned to our second camp, 50 steps away. Once we had fire going, she was all eager to check out the red hair I drew yesterday. Could be better, I said plainly, putting out the red hair from wooden box and passing to her. She took the red hair as summoning Sophia, not that.
でもいいんじゃないですか。石蕎麦っぽさが出てますし、
Let me have a check.
ちょ
I
っと
fetched the Lubu
小さい
puppet,
かも。
and I was, it's true. The horse I met was a bit small. Lubu looked twice as big as the horse, riding us with a strong give like he was carrying a lot. It may give him a sense power as he rides, but it looks like a horse could easily be crushed, not very realistic. It's a very small. I'll sketch another red hair later, but first, got something to ask
何
you.
ですか？
How do you play the drums?
ああ、鐘や太鼓は簡単ですよ。劇に合わせていいところで鳴らせばいいって父が教えてく
I'm
れた。
going to drink because I need something to drink.
人物が登場するときは穏やかに、戦いのときは早く、セリフのときはゆっくりって。
Got it. I'll give it a shot next time. She explained it straightforwardly. Makes sense now. If it weren't for the risk of waking up the sleeping lambs, I would give it a shot. But before trying out the dance, I'm more eager to see her perform a bit. How about you perform Whose Song Fight the Tiger? I suggest to Mansui.
わかりました。
She nodded and began organizing the item needed for the performance. She took out the bamboo stick and thread the puppets into them. To help her start the show faster, I also set up the wooden stick and the widescreen. Mansui put on the saddle. Wukong faced the tiger for me. This time she hummed softly as she performed, but it was obvious she wasn't familiar with the word Whose Song Fight the Tigers, as she was with the heroes of Battle Lubu. A few times she forgot the words and just kept humming instead. I watched closely how she manipulated the puppet and imagined drum beats in my mind. Later, at her request, I copied her move and performed a bit myself. She watched carefully and gave me tips.
りょう様は飲み込みが早いです。うまい。
Thank you, Mansui, thank you. You're a good teacher too. Today was quite something. Just a pity we didn't try the drums to avoid waking the
じ
lamb.
ゃあ、もっと遠くでやってみますか？
Well, never mind. We shouldn't go too far. We lose sleep often the camp. Got to keep an eye in the case beasts attack the campfire.
じゃあ、
What's
りょう
that?
様、
What do you have
い
in
い方
mind?
法があります。明日、彼女たちに影絵劇を見てもらうというのはどうですか？
Look, why don't rather than selling them, why don't we become a performer? You know, the five of us going around the city of China and then performs, and it's become a band rather than selling them off. Maybe it's actually a better ending. I wonder if there is an ending like that. Mansui asked Sparkle as he proposed. I thought about it for a moment. Yeah, that could be good. We started doing shadow play secretly in order to avoid Tang, but now Tang was miles away. We didn't have to worry about hiding anymore. Wanna see some shadow play? On the third night since leaving Sanzo, after heading out rations, I suddenly brought it up to the lamps. They all turned their heads to look me.
りょうさま、影絵劇ってなんだ？
影ケーキって何？
Shadow
美味しい
play.
の？
Hong Er seemed clueless about what shadow play is. Kyo wasn't just clueless, he's even assumed shadow play was some kind of food.
影絵劇なら知っています。りょう様はできるんですか？
After I spoke, Xinhua asked curiously. At least her question made me feel a bit like awkward. I've been practicing with the last for a bit. Now we are almost set to perform together, so we figure we invite you all to watch. I nodded toward Mansui beside me.
そうよ。りょう様と毎晩練習してきたんだから。
Mansui nodded as
も
well.
ちろんです。見せてください。水姉さんとりょう様の劇が見たいです。
影絵劇が見て
影ケーキが食べたい。
The lambs all seems excited, although Chue might not even get what Quail said. Okay, let's start it with the 3-horse battle of Lubu. I told the lambs, then took the wooden box of the park horse. I set up stick, hung the white screens, and put the puppets on the way. Do you think this happy day is last? I think the happy day will last. Before we had to sneak away to do this thing, but now we could go open for the lambs to
りょう
enter.
様が人形を動かして私が楽器を使うの
Sure,
はどうです？
and when you play the drums, it would be nice if you could sing a bit.
歌は苦手なんです。
Mansui hesitated, picking up the drums while glancing at me anxiously. Give it a shot, just to set the mood. You can sing softly. I told Mansui and she nodded in agreement. While adjusting the frame, I saw her quietly mouthing words as if practicing singing secretly. Again and again, she concentrated her effort on practicing diligently. Seems like she really wants to sing well for these lambs. I'm ready. After everything was said, I whispered to her. The set began, the white scream hiding myself. Mansui sat next to me holding the drum. This will be like this. This is the end. This is the end. The lamps in front of the screens by the fire look on with eagle eyes. You. On my left hand, I held 2 bamboo sticks guiding Zhang Fei's serpent spear in the battle. With 2 more sticks at my hand, I steered his leg horse and urging him onward. The rhythmic drum filling the air. I look over, saw Mansui starting the drum.
私は黒鎧手にするダボは一条八
Have you ever wondered how she sounds in English, in Chinese? As the drum rolls down, she chimes in word in voice. This time, though still harsh, it carried more intense. It wasn't just a hum anymore, because this is Chinese thingy, right? She was genuinely singing. Maybe she hadn't practiced much before, maybe she just watched her dad perform. But to make shadow play enjoyable for the lamb, she was giving her best shot. Shadow play need teamwork. She acted seriously, so I had to keep up. I focused on concentrating Zhang Fei. He wielded the serpent spear, bold and fierce at the city gate. I imagined a brave hero with leopard-like head. With battle breath, I moved the stick, controlling the puppets, their shadow dancing on the screen. I brought my visions of Zhang Fei to life on the screen. Mansui played the drum softly while singing along, and I followed her lead. I brought Zhang Fei into the stage and then introduced Lu Bu, Wang Yu, Lu Bei, and one by one. The lambs were all eyed, watching the screen intently as they clapped along with Mansui's drumming, adding to our performance. However, when it came to time to control the 2 characters battling at once, my hand couldn't keep up. I struggled to manage with only 1 hand per character, making my movements stiff and awkward. Yeah, it will be last, Roy, it will be last. Mansui noticed I was having tough time. She kept singing but got up, handed the drum to Hyunghwa and Oh-er. The drum still sounds like other lambs, took Mansui's place, and while she sat beside me, taking Lu Bu from me, she joined my Zhang Fei on stage. Serpent Spirit clashed with the heaven-cleaving painting halberd as they rushed back and forth fighting each other to their heart content. As the battle reached its climax, Mansu began to sing again while the lamps in front of the widescreen intensified the effort. As they tried to keep up with our pace, their drumming grew somewhat chaotic. Even though the rhythm got messy, like the random falling of raindrops, it still added to the fun. Before the screens, drum thrummed steadily, while on it, weapon clasps and figures swirled in frenzy of action. The screens were spectacles of fantastic action, and we all lost ourselves in its shadows and scene. The three heroes battle Lubu was done. The stick puppets dropped like they lost their spirit, flopping onto the stand. She stopped singing, and the lambs put down their drums. Even afterward, the lambs were still excited for quite a while. Hong-er and Chu-er, it was their first shadow play experience. They were curious how we controlled the puppets in the battle, so they eagerly peeked behind the screen. Fong Xiuanhua, it was her first time seeing a shadow play since she's been away from her family for so long. I don't know when she saw last one, but the wistful look on her face gave the impression she was reminiscing about something special. For me, this show seems to have finally brought me out of the shadow of the past. Explosions were replaced by drum beats, cries by laughter, and the fire crackling took on new meaning. The shadow play overshadows the nightmare. My haunting past, the explosions in 6 years of Tianxi, is slowly becoming something I can face. Soon after the lamps dozed off, Mansu and I tidied up our things in the wooden box and had brief chat.
梁叶，
What's so funny?
他们挺喜欢我们演的戏呢，不仅看得投入，还等我们一起演。
She sounds so fucking cute! Holy shit!
刚才演到最后的时候，我们都像是一个戏班子了。
Like, I don't know which one I like more, her Japanese voice or her Chinese voice. But it's so cute and soft. A bandit with 4 little girls isn't much of the trope though. I laughed softly, replying to Mansu. I wonder though, can I actually change my voice to become cute like Mansui? So when I read something, it sounds melodious? After saying that, I will try now. A little bit. My smile suddenly froze and I stayed silent for a while. Just now, without realizing it, I didn't call them lambs, but the terms girls for the first time. That surprised me and made me feel a bit uncomfortable about the change. Sure, I've made up my mind to protect their lives and not sell them off as lamb dishes anymore. But when I reach Haizo, I'll still have to sell them to make money, so I shouldn't avoid getting too close to them. In the end, I'm still a bandit. She seemed to catch on to my different way of talking and the sudden pause. She didn't say anything about it, just quietly put the wooden box in the pack horseback. A bit later, I thought she was going to sleep, but then she suddenly asked me a question.
话说梁叶，有件事我还是很想知道。
What is it?
梁叶说过，你和你爹曾因今后要做什么而闹矛盾。很久以前，在那一场大爆炸发生之前，在梁叶小的时候，你想成为什么样的人呢？
You still care about that? I will change to Japanese. I still want to learn Japanese actually. She sure doesn't let things go easily, remembering that I didn't tell her back then. That's my own secret. And it's been so many years since then. There isn't much to say about it.
どうして？
Yeah, I feel like the Japanese Mansuis feel like more fierce compared to the Chinese one. Chinese one feels softer. I was getting fed up with her constant pestering. And then she spoke up again.
りょう様が私に秘密を話したら、私も自分の秘密を話してあげます。
She's going to tell us her secrets. So we are going to exchange secrets. Okay. Her secret. This lass has seemed to be hiding something from me all this time. If I could find out, it might be put my mind at ease. I could agree to this exchange condition. Fine. It's just an old dream from back then. Now it has long disappeared. Doesn't hurt anyway. I let out a sigh. This last didn't arouse my curiosity. This last did arouse my curiosity. I really wanted to know her secret, so I gave in. Yeah, exactly. Now we probably know. When I was coming of age, I love watching plays. They often feature different kinds of heroes. Some like gods, some generals, some knight errants. The first two seems too distant to me. I knew I couldn't suddenly gain supreme power, and I didn't feel I had the talents to lead an army into battle. So I always dream of being a wandering hero. One person, one set of clothes, and one sword. I dream of traveling around, doing good deeds, fighting the lofty and helping the weak. I wrap up sharing my dream. Yep. My dream was back then was quite naive and pure. Just like most boys around, I wanted to be hero. Mansui didn't seem too surprised, like she already knew my dream. Then after a moment of thought, she asked me questions.
じゃあ、リョウ様はどうしてその夢を諦めたんですか？
She asked, her tone serious, no more playful expression. I gave a wry smile. Because in this world, there is no place for hero to thrive. After the disaster that year, I fled the famine, and everything I saw and heard during that journey shattered my dreams. Those who died were often righteous and kind, while those who survived were selfish and cunning. Heroes thrive in times of peace and perish in times of chaos, while villains thrive in chaos and perish in peace. Clearly, we are time of chaos. I said those words bluntly. I've told you that what I dream of. Now it's your turn to spill the bean. What's your secret? I glanced at Mansui. Fairs, fairs. After hearing about my crushed dream, she ought to tell me something too.
話す前に言わなきゃいけなくて。リョウ様、嘘をついててごめんなさい。
Yeah, but what? She lowered her head slightly, seemingly remorseful.
実は、前に両親が落葉城で私を待ってるって言ったけど、
Okay.
あれは嘘です。実は、両親はとっくに亡くなって、家族は私一人しかいません。
What the fuck? So basically, everyone in her family died, but how do they die? Do you kill her? Do you kill them last? Did you kill them last?
お姉ちゃんが死んで、両親が騒ぎ立てると、トンヨは食料を絶った。両親はしばらくして、飢え死にした。両親が残してくれた最後の食料を持って、私は命からがら歌集に避難した。
She said this word with indifference. Finding out all this suddenly, I felt that this was out of my expectation that reasonable. She always seems off, traversing a great distance and risking her life in revenge for her sister when her parents were still waiting for her didn't add up. Turns out, they weren't waiting. They were gone. No! It's like, she doesn't have sister though! She doesn't have sister, what the fuck? She's still lying! Maybe it's something happened with her family, but she doesn't have sister. Oh my god, it gives me paranoid again. Should I trust her? This lady, man. That's why you had to go to Loyang for revenge?
はい。家族がみんな死んでから、一人で生きようと思ったことはありません。
Yes.
今まで生きてきたのは、いつかこの手で仇を討つためです。
Well, I had asked and she requested, and while her voice held strength and determination, it was nevertheless tinged with sorrow I could hardly understand. We fell quiet, no more words between us. It wasn't until tonight I was told everything. I never knew we were the same. Lost our homes into chaos, both orphan and alone. But while I became a wandering villain drifting by the tides, she turned into vengeful spirit bent on revenge. Thinking back, to our first meeting when she tried to stab me and I spanked her, I was able to better understand why she had such forlorn manner back then. I told her lie to me and I wiped your family out. She just went quiet and walked off alone like a stray cat because her family was gone. Nothing left for me to hunt down. Should I have her getting revenge or persuade her to forget it? If I were her, could I stop myself? Or could I find the guts to go for revenge? I didn't know. With so many questions spinning around, I finally fell asleep. The excitement from the shadow play was gone and depression took its place. I couldn't wait to dive into dreams and lose myself in the void. That night, I slept deeper than ever. Damn! That was something, man. So we know what happened to her family. Holy shit. So this is going to tell a story. Okay. I would like to actually still playing, but my throat hurts, so I think I will rest now so I can save my voice for tomorrow. It's really good. It's really good. I don't know. So maybe she wasn't a bad. I don't know. I don't know why she's still lying though. That's the thing. Like, she told us about her family. Maybe it's actually truth. We are still halfway, so they're still halfway. But she's still pouch. What the fuck? Oh my god! Oh my god! Remember when the first time I was actually writing a pouch with the name Ann. Pouch. Remember this? Remember this?
あいつを家まで送ったのか。どこしっかり。そうか。なんだって。見せてくれ。
The pouch was small enough to fit one hand. Common sense with the pouch might contain handkerchiefs. It's in my notes. The pouch was red, sewn together with patches that looked new embroidered with wrote Ann. Oh my god! Oh my god! I have a notes for this game. I have a notes for this game, you know? Look, I have a notes for this game when I play the game. I really want to play this. Holy shit. I really want to play this. Tomorrow we are going to know what happened. Holy shit. Like, why the fuck is it? Why the fuck it's become a title? That's the thing though, on her chapter. There must be a reason why she's trying to kill us. Holy mother of God. I have it on my notes. A pouch with the word N. Remember when I asked you whether we should actually think about the detail for this story? Oh my god. Okay. Tomorrow we are going to stream this, okay? I really want to know, but okay, tomorrow. Otherwise I wouldn't have any voice and I cannot continue tomorrow. There must be something. There must be something here. Holy shit. Oh, the game is so good. Maybe that's the reasons why she's lying. The paranoia might be exactly right. Oh my god, I'm getting very... Okay, let's see tomorrow. We are going to watch and then we will see what happened, okay? Alright, see you tomorrow. It was really fun. The game is really good. I recommend you buy this. Actually I already bought the same. So basically After playing this game yesterday, I mean like few days before, I bought another game by the same company. And we are going to play visual novel, a lot of visual novel. It seems to be very good though. Damn, holy shit. Okay, tomorrow we are going to find out what actually happened. I can't wait for 46, okay? Finish body stuff to unlock, okay, look at that. We'll see, oh my god! I can't wait. This is going to be very fun tomorrow. Okay, bye! I'm going to rest. And then I'm going to stop talking, so for tomorrow, I will actually save